So the present financial crisis really is putting a strain on our budget. So we can't really burn money on action figures like the Cobra Commander. But just some ideas that I could present in case you want to build an army or two. So let's move on with the video. So thinking about army building of the same unit model, same weapon system, same look, just in mass quantity, 12, 24, 30, 20, and it's going to put a strain on your space that is available for displaying the same make and model. So I thought about just making two of each. So it's going to be a kit bash, custom, modification, or whatever you want to call it. So in a previous video, I already presented this Viper. So this is a kit bashed version, my version of a Cobra Viper, or what I call a QRT, or Quick Response Team Cobra Viper. So I once again made another figure since I have two sets of the Action Force Valaverse security gear set. And instead of having the same look, of course they somehow look similar, but actually if you take a close look at the action figure, they are different. So similarity on a distance, but when you take a closer look at the action figures, they are different. So take a look at the colors of the mag carriers. So different colors for the mag carriers. As for the helmets, different colors on the helmet. So there is variance as to how they would carry their knife. So this other unit would carry the knife on the side, while this other unit would carry the knife on the small of the back. And the last item, at least to really provide variance, is going to be the boots. So a different boot for this action figure, a different boot for that action figure. But with regards to weapon systems, plate carriers, they somehow look the same. So individual first aid kits on the left thigh, same weapon systems, same pistols, same color of magazines except for the caddies. So let's move on to the next figure that we have on hand. So we have two of the Vipers. So we have another kit bashed, modified, or customized, or whatever you want to call it, Cobra officer. So this is what I call in my personal collection. This is going to be my Cobra Infantry. Okay, so I already have two Vipers, and this time it's going to be infantry. So combination of Python Patrol Cobra officer and G.I. Joe Classified Series Flint. So the pants are going to belong to Flint. The upper body belongs to the Python Patrol Cobra officer. Weapons, they're going to come from Action Force Valaverse. So they looked the same, but take a closer look. One is going to sport a bandana. One is going to sport a knife on the thigh, while the other is going to sport the knife on the belt. As for the colors of the items on the backpack, one is going to be colored yellow, one is also going to be colored black. And the last item, take a look at the head units. So since the part of the face is exposed, instead of having two of the same head units from, of course, Python Patrol Cobra Viper, so the other one, I'm using a first version of the Cobra officer. So at least you present individuality to these two guys. So the last two units in my 6-man army build is going to be the Battle Android Trooper. So just a different variants. Of course, we already discussed this in a previous video, so we don't need to really discuss the difference between these two because it's really pretty obvious. It's just the color. But as for the weapons, so this is where they're going to really be similar. So I gave them the Python Patrol Cobra Viper rifles, so both of them would sport that rifle. So instead of having a arm that is changed with the accessories that comes on the backpack of this action figure, I would rather not hang a loose hand or have a hand on a vertical position on the backpack. I would rather just have all of the weapon systems, the claw on the displayed on the backpack, and the accessory or the weapon holding hand on the action figure. So that is my simple army build idea, just two of each unit, and for that variance the units are quite different from each other, so it could be different boots or different placement of gear, or for example just placement of knives. Of course, present individuality to each action figure even if they look the same. So instead of having a fleet of the same make and mold, here is an idea that's going to be fun to do and at the same time fun to look at, because when you take a look at each unit you would see that they are different from the other, but at the same time you don't burn money on too many action figures and you get to play with what you already have. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel, and see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.